Okay, so I'm doing the bullseye. Hopefully you can see this. I'll do it again in marker so you can see it better. But I want whatever you're like. I could have drawn this bull little in the field and then circled his eye, but that's not very good composition, and it doesn't get my idea across very well because the eye would be too small and it would be hard to point it out. But I want it to be an interesting composition, so I made the bull pretty big. So hopefully you can see that this is his head right here, and then hopefully you can see there's a big circle around it. Okay, and then the bull goes off the page, and then I put a fence in it just to give it a little bit of context, because by putting it in a field with grass, I'm going to draw in there, that really helps people know, oh, that's a bull. I added the little ring in its nose because that helps it look like, oh, it's a bull. And I added the horns, even though not all bulls have horns, but honestly, it helps. That's an iconic view of what a bull looks like. That helps people know, oh, that's a bull. So those are things that an illustrator would do to help get the idea across. They would put those details in there. Okay. Now, composition wise, I have a big hole right over here. So you can add the words to your drawing, but the words should not be the focus of the drawing. The largest part, the thing that draws the eye, should be the picture that you're illustrating. And then if you put words on it, they should look like art. So I'm not just going to scribble bullseye on here. I'm going to draw it on there in a cool way. Okay, so I'm going to do that really quick and show you. Okay, hopefully you can see that. So it adds to the illustration. It fills out the composition so I don't have blank holes all over the place. And it helps point out what's going on. Okay, it does not take over. It is still about the drawing, not about the words. And the words are done in an artsy way. And you'll notice that even more when I color. So the other thing I want you to know is I spelled it a little differently. So I spelled it the way it would be spelled if the words were taken individually. So if you had a bullseye, like in using as an idiom, I don't think you use an apostrophe in it. That would be interesting to look up, but let's look. Maybe you do before I say it. Okay, I guess you do. So okay, so next I'm going to go over this with a Sharpie just so you can see it better, and then we will color it. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. So my next step is to color, but before you color, you shouldn't do yours with a Sharpie. I just did so you can see it. You can Sharpie yours at the end if you really want to. We're going to color with colored pencils. Make sure everything's drawn well. You have good composition. I don't have any big blank holes. My illustration definitely shows my idiom, bullseye, okay? And it focuses in on the point or what's telling the story of my illustration. Okay, make sure it does that, and then we're going to color all of it. There's not going to be white space left. Okay, so that'll be the next video. We'll color.